Okay, here we go. This is Sunday Standard. So on this one, you can see the eye is a little bit further away from the actual tire itself. I do feel like the takeoff point and landing are perfect. It's just something I'm watching now. And I think you mentioned here, let me pull up the email, you were late in the decel on the pinwheel and you got the off-course panel. Let's take a look. A-frame, it's a little bit of a quick release here. So you'll have to tell me if that was legitimate. Okay, yeah, this is too late. So, yeah. This is too late and curvy. Curvy. So when I say these straight lines, I think the problem starts right here. To me, it looks like she left the A-frame early. You get stuck flat-footed and behind. So here, as she comes around, right here, I'm already stopped. So I would be stopped. I would just stop there, and that should force the extra stride. Instead, we get the immediate lift off. You can see that you're still driving forward, left, and now you're calling her. Right, and she's going to commit super early if she's not getting those cues. See, this is takeoff. And you can see very clearly you're moving forward, right? So the decel is not there. You're definitely right, late decel. But I think that problem started with the A-frame. All right, next is off-course tunnel after the weaves. Okay, let's take a look there. I think that's fine. You want to consider throttle handling at the tunnel. Here you just did a shoulder pull and stayed wide. So you stayed wide, over-rotated to get the dog in. You did a nice job of recovering. Beautiful teeter performance. Nice, into the table. Here's the weaves. I did forget to comment on the other weaves, maybe. Oh no, I did. It was on the front cross. Okay, I did talk about that. Okay, here I feel like you're set for the turn. Good. And you get the tunnel. Okay, so remember, this is a tough one. The dog is initially on a line here. At the takeoff, the dog is on a line here, and we opted for shoulder rotation, right? As the dog takes off, you stand in one spot and you rotate your shoulders. Now remember, you did the first part fine, which caused the extra stride, right? And the first part that's fine is to come in and stop. But I want you stopped and stay facing that way. As soon as you rotate the shoulders, you're giving the dog information. And what information are you giving? You're giving a simple pull. Simple pull means come off that line. If the line is here, you have two targets. That's the first one. This is the second one. So she just follows your instructions. She simple pulls right into the correct end of the tunnel. Okay, so the dog shouldn't do this. This should always be throttle handling. Now remember, earlier in this very same run, I pointed out how you stayed lateral and over-rotated your shoulder in order to pull your dog over that. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Look. Look at this. Look at where you're standing. Look at where your dog is. Okay? In your mind, you're doing a pinwheel. In my mind, you're doing old-style pinwheel handling. And this move looks suspiciously like an earlier move. Let me go all the way back there and show you. Remember the first time the dog went over this jump? Look at this. Now, doesn't this look familiar? Dog's over the bar. Look at where you are. Like you're within a meter of that other spot. And this first time through, you wanted the dog to take the tunnel. Right? The pull and flick away into the tunnel. So your dog simply anticipated the flick that never came because you wanted your dog to go the other way. All right? So this is a great example how in the moment of that mistake, the handling is good. The handling is sound, right? So less experienced instructor is going to look at that and say, no, you did everything right. It's just the dog. They were being dumb. They went in the tunnel. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, you're fine here. But are you having an issue somewhere else? Are you using this handling somewhere else? All right, so in your dog's mind, your dog is doing a great job. Leave this. We're here again. The dog is anticipating. The dog's like, aha, okay, I know what's coming next. She's going to over-rotate this way, and then she's going to flick away this way. You know what? I'm going to solve it for her and get in there. Right? So the dog anticipates a little bit. But this is 100% what I call a systemic error. You did not make an error here. And if you go back to the earlier handling of the tunnel, most people would look at that and say, that's not an error either, right? You were correct both times in your handling, but I'm telling you, individually they are each correct for anyone who wants to handle that way. But if you're doing both of these things in your handling system, you can't do that. That is a mistake. So it's a weird thing to say. Either individual thing is correct, but if you use both of them together, you're wrong. And that's the situation that we have here. So hopefully that makes sense. And the fix to that is changing the way you do tunnels, where you do the threadles, and getting rid of the pull and flick behavior, and then handling the pinwheel like a straight line. So like I said, if you're approaching a jump here, green path is your dog, red path is you. You come up and you stop here, but you face this way. You do not start rotating your shoulders while you stand in place or you make a little small circle. We do not do that because that often leads to this. Okay? And that's the point of that pinwheel video. So you may even want to watch that video, go back and look at it again. All right? So this should be crystal clear now. Let me know if it is not. Okay? This is a really good set of videos. You had really great questions. This is the kind of thinking and analysis that is going to take you to the next level. Because you can imagine explaining these concepts to someone just starting in agility, and it's just right over their heads. To be honest, it's over the heads of most quote-unquote high-level competitors. And so I like that you're thinking at this level because it's going to affect your handling choices, going to be more consistent for your dog. You're going to get less off courses. The lines are going to be tighter, and you're going to continue to improve. I think you're doing a really nice job.